What is good, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Beastiery. Yes, the Beastiery. This is the Beastiery account. The account in which I kill everything in the game, starting from chickens to Verzik 1,000 times. Every time I do, I get 2 skill levels that I can train, and after each combat level completed, I gain a quest point that I can use towards any quest, or I can save them up. Now, it has been ages since I've released one of these videos. I think a year at this point, maybe even more. Long story short, I had one of my top gifters in my stream ask, "Hey, what would I have to give for you to put out another Beastiery episode?" And I jokingly said, "You would have to become my #1 gifter." And nearly immediately, they dropped an enormous amount of gifted subs on my head. So here I am with another Beastiery video. In fact, I have another Beastiery video ready to go tomorrow if this video hits 1,000 likes today before the same time tomorrow. So hit that like button if you want another one tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's going to be an insane video. I promise you that. I discovered something that's been in the game for over a decade that next to nobody knew about, so it's going to be a good one. I love you guys. If you guys are seeing this at the time of release, I am live streaming right now on Twitch. If not, enjoy the video, enjoy watching me kill things 1,000 times, and enjoy watching me risk my hardcore Iron Man. I figured there's probably no better way to start this episode by going and killing my family. And I don't mean in real life, I mean the dwarves. Now, there are a couple of level 7 dwarves that wander around Gielinor. I went to Lovakenge because the wiki said that there was a level 7 dwarves, and there's only one there, and the time to respawn is literally like a minute. So I haven't come and scouted this out down here. I don't honestly know how many level 7 dwarves are even in here. Doesn't look like there's any here. Let's go take a peek over here, see if we can find a level 7 one. Maybe they just don't exist here. I don't know. Okay, just kidding. The wiki isn't wrong. I am just an idiot. Okay, there's a level 7 dwarf. Is there only one up here as well? I'm gonna cry. There's only one! Oh, frick me, man. There's only one little 7. Oh, this is the worst. This is the absolute worst. I might head up to Lovakenge instead, because that's going to be a lot easier for me to do. It's going to take me 69 years to get up there, but it might be a little bit easier for me to deal with level 7 dwarves up there. All right, this will be my last dwarf of the first 1,000. There are 1,000 dwarves dead and gone. You know, this was a pretty easy task for me, honestly. For the most part, since there's only 2 in all of Gielinor level 7 dwarves, I just stood in this spot for the entire time and trapped these dwarves and just murdered them over and over and over again. That's all that I did. I just stood here, spawn trapped them like it's Call of Duty, and just, you know, massacred time after time after time. But there's 1,000 kills done. Here is what the logs looks like. Pretty decent. I did only get 2 beginner clues. I didn't feel like doing the beginner clues, honestly. Beginner clues are pretty useless for me now. I should probably do them. I'm going to head off and get started on farmers now. Now, there's quite a few spots around this part of the world where there are farmers, just like all over the place. Most of them are level 7, but I think the main spot I'm going to focus on is in here. I think there's 3 spawns in there for farmers. What I'm also going to do is I did this entire task, like it's a Slayer task, on free-to-play, because drops don't change whether you're in members or free-to-play, so I did this one all in free-to-play, but now I'm going to member up because the drops are significantly different for farmers in normal compared to free-to-play, so I am going to have to member up, and we'll get started on killing some farmers. I am sorry, my brethren, that you must be the one that dies to my dagger stroke, but there is 70 strength on the account. It's very important, actually. Largely because I can now access the Bandos area, which won't matter for a very, very long time, and I can also access the God Wars dungeon. More importantly, I can access the Wilderness God Wars dungeon, which will be very important for later in this episode when I do something absolutely terrifying. So, 70 strength on the account is completed. And I'm at 767 farmers right now, so we're almost done on this end as well. I don't know what I'm going to train. I think I just needed to hit that, so I'll probably switch over to some defense. We're still pretty low on the defense end, so might as well get some defense training up. I'm sorry, my brothers, my farmers, my friends, but it had to be done. The last K-Kona goes down. There is farmer 1,000 dead on the chunk, man. So here's the loot from it. Pretty decent, I would say. If you remember from about a year ago, my rules on loots that I receive from different NPCs, anything that I get from these guys, I can use to train skills without using up my two levels that I get like after I complete them. So I might as well go start planting some of these potato seeds. You never know what's going to happen. Maybe I'll get a couple farming levels. Didn't really get many seeds at all, honestly, and that was decently under drop rate. I think 2 or 3 under drop rate for the easy clues. I think I've gotten 8 or 9, but I ended up with 6, so that is what it is. But now we have our first potentially dangerous NPC that we have to start working on, the Dark Wizards. Obviously, I am still a hardcore, and this is going to be the first one that's like a little bit of like a scare, you know? These guys they can hit decently high. I just got to make sure that I don't kill the level 20s yet, because I'll be a lot higher level by the time I get there. So it's time for the Wizards. I think I'll get some really, really good runes out of these guys too, so I'm not super worried, and I don't think that they'll smack me that hard. But 1,000 Wizards is up next, and then we have the real scary one, the Imps, but we won't talk about that yet. Well, it has been some time since I've been logged on to this account, but I left about 4 wizards left like a month ago, and I just hadn't logged on. Actually, probably been more than a couple weeks, but there is the last wizard, not lizard, dead for our 1,000. As you can see at the bottom of the inventory, that is our entire catalog of runes that we had gotten from this grind. Pretty good. I was down horrendous for nature runes for quite some time, so I was able to grab about 250 nature runes, nearly 30-something law runes as well, so pretty good haul overall. Really a safe task. I thought it was going to be a little bit more dangerous than it was. The wizards really didn't hit me that often, if ever, but speaking of danger, it's time for the last NPC on our list. Our last NPC on our list for level 7s is the level 7 Imp. Now, many people, hold on, here, look at the boy, he wanted to be seen. Many of you cowards would go simply to the God Wars dungeon and live out your days killing the level 7 Imps down there, but I say shame on you. Without any sort of danger, there's no valor. And just to prove that I am still a hardcore, and this isn't a fake hardcore down here, I am still a hardcore at this point of recording. There's my hardcore armor, so I am genuinely going to be risking my life out in the wilderness at the Wilderness God Wars dungeon, attempting to get 1,000 imp kills out there. There are 3 spawns there, separated by 30-second respawns, so it's going to be pure pain, agony, and suffering the entire time. As of right now, I do not have an Armadillo item. That is the least needed item out there, because I can stay away from Armadillo for the most part, but like not entirely, so it's a little scary. I typically do save my caskets until the end of the video, if you do remember, but I'm going to go ahead and open these, see if we can get lucky, pull an Armadillo item so that our time is a little bit easier out there, but let's just get started. Wow, a Team X cape, that's pretty freaking crazy. Okay. Nope. 2 and 1. Unfortunate. We get a Team X cape. Wow, that's pretty wild. But no Armadillo piece, so we will need to face Armadillo's wrath while we're in the wilderness. What I have in the bank right now is a singular silver bar. I have no idea where I got this silver bar from. I'm sure I showed where I got it from, but it's been in my bank for forever. So what I can do is I can actually go turn this into a holy symbol and put that on, so that'll count as my Saradomin item out in the wilderness as well. So, oh man, I'm really freaking nervous right now. I do not want to lose my hardcore status. Okay, I am positively terrified at the moment, but this is looking like it's going to be my best gear. If you're wondering how I got the sharks, how I got the caramblons, it was from gourmet impling catching. So I've been able to stack up a good bit of those, and oh man, I mean, I guess it's time to go, right? No point meandering it. I guess we'll just make our way out to the Wilderness Godwars dungeon and see what happens. Surely we'll be all right? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I die and lose the hardcore status? Yeah, that sounds pretty friggin' terrible. All right, let's do this thing. I just got to make sure that there's no... Okay, that guy's there, but he hasn't moved in a while. Yes, that's fine. Yes, don't ask again. Oh my gosh. Oh, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? For what it's worth, I have gone to the Wilderness Godwars dungeon 1,000 times on the Chunkman account, and I have been PK'd one time in the hundreds of keys that I've gotten. So, you know, we should be fine. We should be fine. I'm not, like, gonna freak out over it yet, but I'm still a little nervous. Hopefully I look super body and, like, nobody even thinks about me. So, that's kind of the goal here. That's kind of the goal, definitely. Okay, the scariest part about this is the fact that I'm gonna have to walk this way, since I need like 70 agility for this, or maybe 60. I need an agility level here. 60 agility. So I am going to have to push past here, which is where all the Armadillo NPCs are. So let's see if we lose the hardcore status right here. We could just lose it up front, you know? Who knows? All right. Here goes nothing. Move, man. All right. First Impling is on the board. There is number 1. Also, I'm out here, if you haven't figured it out, for Ecumenical keys as well. There does seem to be somebody else here, and I can't seem to find them, which is a worrying thing to think about. Oh, frick. 50 defense. Very cool. Oh, frick yeah, baby. First Ecumenical key received on the account. That's beautiful. Holy crap, is this guy Tom Brady? Settle down, Chief. Got range on me from across the world. I want to go pick that up. That is incredible. That took me 2.5 times the kill count. Well, sort of. 140 kill count on that first Ecumenical key right there. That is beautiful. Also, I'm realizing that you're looking at Colby at the moment and not me, so I hope that's adequate. Nice. There is Ecumenical key number 3 on the ground. If you are not familiar with how Ecumenical keys work out here in the wilderness, basically, I'm going to run through here real quickly, hoping I don't die. Oh, wait, I lost aggro for a second until I ran out of it. That's neat. If you aren't aware how Ecumenical keys work out here, you'd be like, why aren't you getting 5? Well, if you don't have the medium or hard diary, it increments in 1, so it goes medium 4, hard 5. So since I don't have any of those done, the maximum amount that I can get is 3. So we're gonna take these to the bank, Alchem, and honestly, I think I'm gonna be an absolute Giga Chad and bring my Alks with me out here to the wilderness, because if I die, then I've already lost the most important thing. I can recover money on this account, sort of. I mean, my money methods are absolutely horrendous. I've had 30,000 GP in the bank for forever, but the hardcore status is 10,000 times more important to me than money is. So if I die, I've already lost by far the most important thing to me. So I think I'm gonna bring my alks out here with me so I don't have to bank, because very likely walking out of Ecumenical, out of the Wilderness God Wars dungeon, might actually be the most dangerous part for me. Hold on to that clip in case I die in a little bit. Just look how glorious this will be. 28,000 gold pieces in the bank right now. Alk 1. Yes, I have to low alk it, but look how much it's still low alks for. 41k! Isn't that insane? 41k. No wonder this thing is botted all over the world, man. This will be the first time that we'll hit a white cash stack on the account. 123k from that first trip. That is unfriggin' real. So what I'm going to do is bring basically the same inventory, except I think I'll change my alk to Varrock instead. Bring my nature runes and head back out there. You know, what's the worst that could possibly happen? I lose a bunch of money? Yeah, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Let's get back to it. Well, well, well. If it isn't the consequences of my own actions, in this clip, you can clearly see me. I mean, obviously, this is me from the editing floor right now. I'm clearly speaking into the microphone as clear as day, but it's muted. I don't know how or why the microphone is muted, but it is. I seem to be excited over something, and I'm going to safely assume that I am excited over finishing 1,000 implings in the Wilderness God Wars dungeon on the hardcore account. Now, as you can see, I'm leaving with 450k. If I wasn't a coward, I would have brought my entire cash stack with me. Almost got stacked out there. That would have been hilarious, but I somehow did manage to make it past and get 1,000 kills in the wilderness without even seeing another person. I got cocky towards the end here. I did have the chunk man with me out there for, I would say, the majority of it, but there was no point in having the chunk man out there with me. He's literally 40 levels higher than me, maybe even 45 levels higher than my account at this point. So, like, there was basically next to no coverage that he had on anybody that would have come through, maybe just a couple of levels. So, it was basically pointless. And at this point, I'm probably speaking about how the most dangerous part about me going through this is walking through the wilderness itself, blah, 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 blah. I promise it wasn't anything interesting. You're not missing anything at this point. Anyway, I did end up only receiving 14 ecumenical keys from my time at the Implings. I should have gotten 16 and 2/3 keys by my time out there, so I should have had 2 or 3 more keys than I did receive. So minus, like, what is that, 120k GP that I should have gotten from this grind, but, you know, it kind of is what it is. But, you know, it was a great experience. I honestly am happy that I went this route and not any other route, like going to pest control to get a couple HP levels to go finish him up at God Wars. So I'm happy with how everything ended, honestly. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and that is going to do it for this episode of the Beastiery. Again, if you did enjoy, hit that like button. Let us get up to 1,000 likes before tomorrow, and I will release another one tomorrow as well. It's a wild one, I promise you that. We escaped with the hardcore, because we got them big brass things swinging between the legs, and I'm not afraid of the wilderness. I never will be. So, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Take it easy. And shout out to Ballin for making all this happen. Love you, brother. Have a good night, guys.